It's that time of the year that I look forward to each fall, rifle elk season. And this year I'm doing something a little different. I'm hunting big bull elk in the mountains of Colorado.
There he is, way up there.
Mcwhorter Custom Rifles presents
Well, on today's show, folks, I'm headed out west for some treatment for my elk addiction. Got our 7 STW, 195 grain burgers ready to go. Gonna try to shoot a big bull. You don't wanna miss this.
Precision Hunting TV is brought to you by Mcwhorter Custom Rifles, Macmillan Fiberglass Stocks, Swarovski Optique, and Barber Creek Shooting Academy.
Well, I've had the big bull bug for quite a number of years now, and I'm continuously in search of an elusive giant. This year, I decided to try a little something different. Well, we're finally almost here. Just a few more miles and we'll be in Colorado Elk Camp. 2 days split up. We drove all last night and this morning, and we're fixing to pull up the elk camp. Opening day's tomorrow. Our outfitter Scott Sanborn met us in town, and we already got our elk voucher, so we're all legal. And we're gonna be hunting public ground. Might be some other guys around, but Scott says he's got some super secret bulls spotted that he thinks we'll be the first guys too. So opening day, Colorado elk in the morning. Man, this is beautiful.
It is, right? We've got a nice pond over here. 5-star cabin.
Yep, I have died and gone to heaven.
Let's go check out the inside. You'll like it.
Way back in here in the middle of paradise.
The elk will be right on the front porch here next morning. Yeah, we call this a Henry cabin.
Man, this is nice. Can we go in?
Yeah, help yourself. Make yourself at home.
After such a long drive from back east and having a full day before the season opened, we decided we'd do a little shooting. All right, we're out here in Colorado the day before elk season starts tomorrow morning, and we're going to shoot our rifle we're going to use on this hunt. And this is a 7 STW that we built. It's got a Borden titanium action on it. It's got a Brooks number 4 26-inch fluted barrel with a 3-port side muzzle brake. It's got a Macmillan Apex LR stock that they make exclusively for us. Got a Trigger Tech trigger here set at about 1.5 pounds. And on this gun, we've got a Swarovski X5i, 3.5 to 18 by 50, and we got our MOA turret on it. And we're Atlas bipod and Hawkins rings that are 25 MOA rings on here. So setup's good. It was right where we left it at home. It was perfect. And we've got our Swarovski. We've already ranged these targets. We got one at 424 and we got one at 764. So we're going to use our little SIG here and get our MOA dial-ups for these 2 targets here. So here we go. All right, tells me 3.9 minutes. Dial up 4. Grab us a 195 burger, Elite. Put our sport ears on. And I think we're ready to rock and roll. Let's see what happens. That's perfect. Held a 1/2 minute right wind on that. Got about 6-7 miles an hour right here. Full value. That's perfect. That's a dead elk. All right, let's try 764. 764.9, 11.5 minute right wind. All right. here we go. It's just where we want it. A little low, a little right, but in the kill zone of an elk with this wind, that's pretty good shooting. We're ready to hunt. With an entire afternoon left to scout before opening day, we decided to spend some time behind the glass. And sure enough, as luck would have it, we laid our eyes on a really big shooter. Now, if we could just find him the next day.
This segment of Precision Hunting TV is brought to you by Revolution Safe Company, inspired by Pendleton, rotating gun management made simple.
First morning in Colorado. We found a pretty big bull yesterday. Unfortunately, several other guys found him too, so it's going to be a race this morning, but he's worth the race. He's a great big 6x6 and just a monster. He was laid down, and we got within about 1,000 yards of him yesterday, got a real good look at him. So we're headed after him this morning, opening day, Colorado. We're ready to roll. Got the Mcwhorter 7 STW with the Swarovski on it, and he better not give us a reasonable shot this morning. We're going to put it on him.
See this willow line right here?
Yeah.
This yellow grass. They come walking through these willows. All I saw was legs moving. I could definitely tell it was elk. And they were moving over into these willows right here in front of us. They're either still here in the front of us.
Well, they made the big bunch.
Yeah, they've moved up.
All right.
Well, let's sit here for a couple minutes and see if maybe something pops out.
We decided to move to another property, but before we could even get out of the truck, we ran into a whole herd. And there was a great, good-looking up-and-comer in that herd, but we just decided to pass on him on opening day. Well, we found a pretty good group of elk here. They're in the heavy timber, and they're just milling around, eating like a bunch of pigs. One pretty good bull, like he needed a couple of years maybe, 330, maybe a little bit bigger. Real pretty, real good frame, just a giant in the makings, and not one we're looking for on the first day of this trip. So we're fixing to head down the road and scout out another herd, and hopefully we'll get to put the Mcwhorter crosshairs on one this afternoon before legal shooting light expires. We covered more ground that afternoon as the day heated up. With light fading, we spotted a really big bull from a long way off. Now the race was on, and we were really gonna have to push it to get in position for a shot while there was enough light. We're trying to find this bull. We spotted him from about a mile away. We made a stalk all the way through these willows, and it got wet, and we got 20 minutes of shooting light, about it looks like. So
They'll work their way up into this meadow. They were coming up into this meadow. They're still down in these willows, I think, unless they kept going up into the willows. So I think we should go along these willows and get over by that gate, so at least we can see up. If they're up in that top of that meadow already, we're gonna have a long poke to them. Let's go down through here. is, way up there. We're gonna miss our shot here in a second. He's gonna work that way, that way.
Can't we go this way and stay behind the brush?
No, we're gonna miss our opportunity. He's at 1,000 yards right now. We're gonna have to cross this fence. We're gonna have to move fast because we got like 10 minutes.
All right, I'll go as fast as we can go.
Let's do it.
Was that the 5 or the other one?
This is 6x7.
It was huge.
They beat us.
He's still huge.
Precision Hunting TV is also brought to you by Extreme Wildlife Adventures, Hoff Power Auto and Outdoor Stores, Surge Pro by Biofac Crop Care, and Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue.
James with Long Range Hunting and Shooting School at Barber Creek. We're going to talk a little bit about measuring animals. If you're a trophy hunter and you want to take that trophy of a lifetime, you don't want to just shoot an animal and then walk out and measure it like my buddy likes to do back there, Allan. No, I'm kidding, he doesn't do that, but it was funny. We want to be able to look at the animal and say, well, can I shoot this animal? Is it going to fit what I need it to be? Or, you know, is the guide going to say something because the animal's not the right size? So if you actually range the animal with a rangefinder, and then look through your reticle, and most reticles that we use have minute of angle hash marks on it, and you can take it and there's a mathematical solution that will tell you exactly the size of the animal. So I got an elk out there, I'm gonna go ahead and range it, and that elk is 988 yards, and what I'll do is take a calculator and plug in 9.88, and then I'm gonna look through my crosshairs and I'm gonna measure the length of the antlers. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5 minutes of length. So what I'm going to do is multiply that by 5, and that elk is 49 inches, 49.4 inches. So that tells me, do I want to shoot that animal at a 49.4 inch length on the horns, or do I not? On the last day. The last day. All right, so I'm going to shoot it because it's the last day, so here we go. Stand by, and we're gonna go ahead and shoot us an elk. I got a left to right wind, and I see, was that about 3.5? All right, we're gonna give it 3 minutes of wind. All right, level looks good, ready? Okay. Yep, wind picked up just a hair, but that's okay because I like to be straight up the leg center in the body, and that's how we shoot animals at long range. Hey, that's another downrange shooting tip from James at Barber Creek. Thanks for joining us.
Well, we're trying to locate that big bull that we saw last night. We figured he went up last night, so we're waiting for him to come out of the dark timber onto this grassy area they call the bleachers over here. So we're there's a cow right there. Another cow. Something big moving right behind it. I just can't tell. Can you see with the scope?
Looks like he's coming out. Yeah, we got a bull. Yeah, that's him. That's him.
Big bull?
Yep, that's him. Yeah, it's time to go. Let's go.
We got this bull. It's one of the bigger bulls that we've seen this weekend. He's in that pasture up there with the cows. And perfect situation if we can get close enough. We're gonna run out of cover at probably 600 yards, 700 yards, but the wind's right at us. As long as we don't make any mistakes, we gotta be able to get right up on it.
Precision Hunting TV is also brought to you by Borden Accuracy, Trigger Tech, Brooks Barrels, Capstone Precision Group, Hawkins Precision, and Revolution Safe Company. This segment of Precision Hunting TV is brought to you by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. Real Texas barbecue.
We got this bull. It's one of the bigger bulls that we've seen this weekend. He's in that pasture up there with the cows, and perfect situation if we can get close enough. We're gonna run out of cover at probably 600 yards, 700 yards, but wind's right at us. As long as we don't make any mistakes, we gotta be able to get right up on him. I'm getting 645.
Isn't that above average?
Yeah. I might have to shoot off the sticks.
Five, 552.
All right, here we go.
Got him. Get another one?
Oh, get him. Where's he at? Where'd he go?
He's down.
He down?
Yep, same spot. He's flopping.
Thank you, bud. That was great. That was good. Thank you, Jesus. Man, elk hunting is done got in my blood. I will not ever get to retire.
That was a good hunt.
Ever.
That was a real
great.
good hunt.
That
We
was
chased
great.
that bull for 3 days straight. He never did present an opportunity until now. That was good.
Just to get to do this, just thank you, God, for letting me do this, chase these magnificent animals, meet these great people. Man, Russell's even okay. Gee, my ninny. Let's go put my hands on him. I got it unloaded. He fell in the funnest place he could have fell in. Great.
Jeez.
Well, there he is, my first Colorado bull ever, and he's just a gorgeous 6x6. And man, it happened so fast. We've been glassing these hills for 3 days. I mean, you've been looking everywhere. The weather and the outside pressure from the hunters just...
Full moon, we had a lot of contenders to play against.
When we found this guy tonight, we sure were happy, and we saw him from about 2 miles, drove to within about a mile, came through the willows and the creeks and the swamp and the mush, and we ran out of real estate and cover down there about 575 yards or so, and the ground cover was too high for get a prone shot, so we set up our double stick setup and get a final range on him at 565, and we touched off the trigger, and he basically went down on the spot. And
Right there.
yeah,
Heck of a shot.
well, got a great weapon. This one's our 7STW on the board in action. Got a Brooks 8-twist barrel, 26 inches long. Got our custom brake on it. Got a Mcmillan Apex long range hunter stock and a Trigger Tech trigger set at about a pound. Atlas bipod, got a Swaro X5 3-18 by 50 on there, and we dialed it up to about 7.5 minutes and touched the trigger off, and it did the job on this big Colorado bull, and I'm so happy.
I'm happy with the results from what you did with that thing. I wish every single one of them could be like that.
Man, we had a great hunt. It was just a lot of fun, and we look forward to coming back if you'll have us back.
Anytime, anytime.
Chasing these big elk every year has really turned into a passion for me, and I never want to miss out on even one season. There's something about it, just the beautiful scenery, the wide open spaces, the stalk, the equipment, and finally getting to put your hands on a huge, well-earned trophy. There's just nothing like it.